What is up, my dudes? It is Saturday. I'm a day late, and today's build is a bit different because we're actually just building a house. Um, I did have a really cool build planned to post today, but after I did a lot of CC in my build last week, I thought we'd just do a normal house for a change. So this is a starter cottage with one bedroom. It's nothing fancy. It is literally just a cute wee starter home. I'm actually playing in it just now. Although in my own save file I have absolutely rammed it with CC, just custom content everywhere. But it's a cute wee base cottage. I believe it only uses eco lifestyle as well. I could be wrong. Could be talking out my arse for that one, but yes, we'll find out as the video goes on. So this is it's based off of a little blue cottage I found on the internet, but it's only one floor. It does look like it has two because of the dormers, but that's actually not the case. It's all for the aesthetic. So sorry, I am still losing my voice. It's great if you don't talk, but it is what it is. So, or maybe it's cats and dogs I used. No, it's cats and dogs. Um, it's not eco lifestyle, it's cats and dogs. So the windows in this house look a bit weird. And that's actually what the house looks like, is right next to the door, and I mean right next to the door, has these absolutely massive windows that like really overshadow the door. Um, but that's what the actual cottage looks like. I should have put in a picture. I'll have one in next week's build. Next week's format is a little bit different. Just trying stuff out, figure out what works. But so yeah, as you can see, that's the base done. It's literally just a box with another two boxes, an upstairs box, and I put it on a platform, and now it looks like a house. There's no way I can really do a tutorial on that. Everything I build is a box with another box attached. Put my wee pathway on. I actually built this in Eucharist. Usually I build in Brindleton Bay. Love Brindleton Bay. Oh, see, it does have eco lifestyle. Um, no, usually I build in Brindleton Bay, but I'm actually quite enjoying building in Newcrest because the lighting is really good. So yeah, you can see this actually has a pickup truck in it. I love it. It looks super super cute. The thing is, to do that you have to get debug. So all you need to do to get the debug items, just in case you don't already know, to get debug items, it is testing cheats space on, and then bb.show live edit objects, and that'll give you all of the debug items. That's how I do most of my landscaping, so that it's free. And that's also how I get the pickup truck in this. And when I build ponds and stuff and it has the little rocks, they all come from debug as well. So the floor plan in this house, it's actually fine, but putting it together, I really struggled because the house is like, it's quite small, but ultimately I had to get it in as a starter home. Like, it's a starter home for one Sims. You don't have a lot of money. It would be really cute to kind of build onto, because the shape of the house, you could really add, so where the bedroom is, you could really add like a big room on the back of there, or you could pop a wee sunroom on the side, which would be cute. I've not done any of that in my game. I'm lazy. Have I just left this dead space in the video? No. I was obviously broke something. And then the bathroom is in the back corner for this. This house has very pastel-y theme with the colours on the inside. It's really cute. I actually like how it came together. I'm still not wild about the big windows on the front, but it is what it is. I posted this on Reddit, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit different from my usual styles. And that was all I said. And this lassie was like, well, I don't like the window on the front. And I'm like, okay. She's like, well, could you move the window? And I was like, I could. How bloody rude is that? Didn't ask for your opinion, bug it off. Anyway. Yeah. That's just finishing the bathroom. All of my bathrooms will always look the same, unless I use custom content. I just did a build with Don Lothario's. I left in more dead space. I'm not editing it now. I left in Don Lothario's apartment. I gave it like a full custom content makeover. And the bathroom in that was stunning. Had white tiles on the floor, and then it was like white subway tiles on the wall with like exposed brick, and it was, all the furnishings were black, and it was just beautiful, absolutely stunning. But you don't really get that with a base game. You kind of need to use custom content. The Snowy Escape bathroom stuff is quite nice, but that's more wooden than, like that clean marble. I actually tried playing the game with Don Lothario, so I turned him into a super spy, and that was quite a lot of fun. But so the kitchen in this is the Parenthood kitchen counters, just because they're one of the only ones that come in a nice colour, to be honest. And then I put the island in. I had quite a lot of problems getting the island to just to be right. I'm still getting used to playing without auto lock-in counters, because it gives you obviously a lot of better options if you can do it without. But I'm still getting used to it, and it gives you kind of weird shapes in some places, but getting there. So you can see like yep, there it goes. There's very minimal editing done in this, I won't lie. I have some things going on in my personal life which are super exciting, but do not leave me as much time to get all this stuff done. So, there we go. See, they just look a bit odd. Like, if you look at the bottom, you can see that one side has shelves, but the other side has, like, cupboard doors. Just looks a little bit funky, but it is what it is. So, again, because this is a starter home, you kind of got the rubbish appliances. Tiles in the kitchen. That's another thing that The Sims is kind of missing out on, is like tiled, like a backsplash. They're all, like, a lot of the tiles in The Sims are like a public swimming pool from 2001, which is definitely not the vibe that you want in your kitchen. For the record, I just size up the TV in starter homes, because if not, you have that piddly little one and it looks a bit weird. But the living room on this, I put it together and then it just wasn't right, so I think I actually ended up moving part of the wall. I'm not sure. But you can always tell a living room by how your rug fits. If your rug doesn't fit, then your living room won't work. That's solid life advice there. Take from that what you will. But no, if the rug doesn't fit in the living room, it just looks rubbish in The Sims, because the rugs are one of the best forms of decoration that you can have, unfortunately. So, nice bit of carpet. It's very basic. I admit that it's very basic. And it's quite cute. So all this is just a starter home for one sim. I built it to mimic the cottage, but I've actually ended up playing in it. I'm quite a fan of it. Now that I'm actually using it. It is on the gallery if you want to download. That's the problem with when I use custom content, is I can't put it on the gallery, unfortunately. But this is on the gallery if you want to download it. My username is SnorLady10. The same as everything else. But yeah, there's my little living room. Sorry guys, my throat is killing me. I still don't have coronavirus. Seems to be at the weekend, which would imply that I'm partying too hard during the week. But when I tell you that I work from 7:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon, it's not nearly as much partying going on. Oh, and also we're in a lockdown. I changed this bed and then immediately went, no, they're all ugly. Changed it back. There's just, see, the thing is, when you use custom content, there's so many just good neutral swatches, and then you go back to building with items actually from The Sims, and there's just not as many, and it's a lot harder to put it together when you're used to using custom content. The problem is, and the reason I'm trying to stay away from custom content in a lot of my builds, is it means you guys can't download it, or it means anybody can't download it, really, because it relies on you having the same custom content. So, for example, my build next week which is coming, which has, it's pretty much purely a custom content build. So I can link all of the creators in the description, but if you wanted the build, you then have to go download all of the custom content and then go onto the gallery, search including custom content, and then download my build. And it's a little bit awkward, so I'm trying to stay away from using it, despite the fact that it's pretty much all I use in my own game. So I don't know. I might creep more of the custom content builds in. They are a little bit more of my style than just the base game builds, but I'm not sure. I made sure I put smoke alarm in the kitchen this time. I built the most incredible mansion house for my friend. Well, he thought it was incredible, I kind of hated it. But I built this incredible mansion house for my friend. And it wasn't until he started playing in it, I set it on fire and realised that I had in fact not put in a smoke alarm. So I'm quite bad for that in my builds. I forget smoke alarms. I forget bins quite a lot as well. Like, it's not so bad if you forget an inside bin and they have an outside bin, because you can just make them walk. But I also don't put dishwashers in my builds a lot. I don't really know why. I'd kill for a dishwasher in my real life. What are you doing? Oh, I must have clicked the house. Just go in and pop the lights in. Because this was a budget build, the lights were an extra touch. So always save the little extra bits until the last possible minute. So yeah, and we're just going into the landscaping in the back. It is just a really, it's just like a little house. Because it's not really designed to have children, I didn't really put much in the garden. There's no point putting like swing sets or anything in here because there's not a bed for a child. Obviously if you were to expand the house, you could definitely get another bedroom on this. I think the house would expand quite nicely, but so just giving it a basic little patio in the back, and then popping in a little table and chairs. See, I love putting in like a little outdoor table and chairs, but the problem with this is your Sims quite often will just patch off everything else and go sit and eat in the garden. And it's like snowing and they're like, oh, it's a bit cold to sit outside. Well, sit at the bloody dining table then. But they don't. I wish they could fix that. I wish you could, like how you can set the side of the bed, I wish you could set the primary dining table. That would be great. So back in with debug landscaping, just to do the back. It just makes it free. So if you're doing, if you're doing like a starter home build, or you're on a limited budget, or you just really don't want to waste money, debug landscaping makes a huge difference. So all I do is literally take the flowers and just spin them around so they're not all facing exactly the same direction. And then whack them in. I also would like to point out that I have not put a lawn flamingo in any of my builds, and that I think is personal growth. Yeah, so these are the same rocks as always. I just shrink them down and wiggle them around. So this is a problem when your house is on a platform, is the landscaping will rise up to match the height of the platform. So what you need to do is shrink the house back down. I had to cheat to fix this. So shrink the house back down. Then when you put it back up, you need to put the stairs back on. The problem is I didn't have any money for the stairs. So I had to go in and cheat it, but you end up with the same amount of money as before. Just put your money back to the original amount if you do end up having to do this. But here are the photos. So yeah, I think that's pretty cute. There's a photo of the floor plan in this because I didn't think the floor plan was that bad. Might continue it on, might not. But in the meantime, I'll see you next week. Bye!